and welcome to another episode of the Nourish Life for Christian Women. I was just thinking recently about an experience I had several years ago, and it's not an uncommon one, but it came to mind because I was thinking about the impact of emotional eating. This is something that a lot of us struggle with, and a lot of people across the board have this desire to turn to food when it's not really food that we want that's going to cause the problem. It's not based in hunger of the physical nature. So years ago, I had just a really frustrating afternoon with my children when they're all still living at home and they were bickering with each other and talking back to me. And it was one of those times where I was just had it. And my first impulse was to just head to the kitchen, go grab the Tostitos out of the cabinet and the sour cream out of the refrigerator and just sit down and eat that frustration that I was feeling. And this time, as I did it, I realized, what am I doing? These Tostitos are not going to alleviate the situation. Now, some people say, well, emotional eating doesn't work. Well, you know what? Honestly, it does. Or why would we do it? It does for the moment. For me, I find, and it's maybe different for you, but for me, I find what it used to be when I was frustrated or angry, it was like salty, crispy foods that I turned to. Or if I was in need of comfort and reassurance, that's when I would want sweets. But in the moment, it did soothe, it did help. But long term, it doesn't address the problem. So maybe you've had times like I have where you head to the cabinet and before you know it, you're fist down in a bag of Tostitos or whatever your food of choice is, and you're getting that satisfaction, that relief that you're looking for from that. But then not too long after that, obviously, you're feeling like, okay, why did I do that? Why did I do that again? I know better than this, and yet I still continue to do it. Well, that's because it's not it's an emotional trigger. It's not a hunger trigger. And while self-talk has its place, um, we're not just going to willpower, white knuckle it, and get ourselves out of emotional eating. We have to learn how to address what's actually happening. Let me share a story of a client that I had who she was a social worker, so she had a really high stress job. It was very emotionally charged. And she ate like so good during the day. She just was, all about the nutrition and not overeating at all, and planned her meals, and she was just right where she wanted to be. But then she found herself coming home at work, and virtually every night after dinner, she would sit on the couch and she would then just start eating. And she knew that this is not what she wanted to do, but she couldn't stop herself. And so we did some exploration and found what her triggers were, what she was actually doing. When we're emotionally eating like that, it's because there's a need that needs to be filled. And we just need to stop and take the time to find out what that need is. So if emotional eating is something that you struggle with, I am more than happy to help. I have a three-step plan for overcoming emotional eating, helping you to stop in that moment and do a little examination so that we can stop emotional eating before it starts. If you'd like that, you can just contact me at Tracy, Tracy, at tlastel.com and ask for that three-step plan for emotional eating. Or you can book a free call, 15 minutes, and we can chat about what it is that you struggle with the most, and I can get you that three-step plan, or we can see if there's something else that I can do to help you. You can book that call at Calendly, Calen, calendly.com/tlastle, TLASTLE. And let's get you living a life that's truly nourishing body and soul, and stop that emotional eating before it starts. See you next time. If you've enjoyed this episode and this interview, then I'd really like to invite you to schedule a free coaching call with me. You can do that at bit.ly, bit.ly/nourishing chat, Or you can just text me if you want more information about this topic or any of the other ones you might find on the podcast. You can text me at 530-329-4234. You can find both the phone number and that link in the description for this episode. Thanks for joining us today.